Alright, welcome back to another trading session. Alberto here. We're currently in the afternoon session trying to see if we can find any potential entries. In the morning I couldn't find any good setups. We had some news coming out. Right now we are breaking out of this consolidation zone, which is exactly at the value area high of yesterday. So I'm trying to see if we can get a continuation. We can see that cumulative delta in the short-term trend is to the upside. We just had this consolidation zone here, and I'm trying to see if we can get to the top of that swing level. And the reason for this trade is basically we're coming out of the consolidation zone and we have value area high of yesterday also as a level, so it makes it a very interesting opportunity. Looks like there's some buyers coming in. Market is a little bit slow, but couldn't find good setups like this one. Let's see if we can get our target hit. Some sellers coming in right now. It's right at this other small consolidation zone. The market is not moving as fast as I would like it to go. But the setup is a valid entry. Big selling coming in right now. Over 100 contracts short. Price not really going. These guys are about to get squeezed. Let's see if it pushes through. Perfect entry, in my opinion. The reality is this is actually a much bigger consolidation area. We had like a fake break at the 14,832 level, and now it looks like we're gonna continue going to the upside. The overall trend, by the way, is to the downside, so taking that long is actually something I would try to avoid usually. Most of the time you want to stick to the overall trend, but in this scenario having the value area high of yesterday makes it even more appealing, as well as looking at cumulative delta. It's a nice push to the upside right now, so the idea is just continuing in the direction of delta and look for breakouts of consolidation zones, waiting for a pullback and coming in at the beginning of a rotation. So to me, this is exactly what I'm looking for, and exiting just at the swing level or a little bit earlier than the swing level, because that's when most of the orders, this is where most of the targets are going to be. People have stops here, and whoever is kind of riding this trade is also going to potentially um, take off some contracts at that level. With that being said, I think price might come to retest this pending auction that's just sitting at 62.75, making it also an interesting opportunity to go long. But let's see if that plays out. Right now the market isn't moving very fast. We should wait for another 30 minutes until 2 p.m. Eastern time, when traders come back from lunch. With that being said, we had some news releases coming out. Had US consumer spending, PCE, and University of Michigan sentiment at 10 a.m. What we saw basically was um, a rotation to the downside completely, a change in direction in the market right when we had the Michigan release, sentiment release. But the overall trend was actually to the upside. Overnight session was pretty much sitting above VWAP, and as soon as the release came out at 10, In many occasions, you start observing a change in direction in the market around the 10 a.m. mark, and that is not coincidence. That happens very often. Pretty much ever since we broke VWAP, below VWAP, we have stayed below it. So right now we are countering a big sell-off actually with imbalance short sitting at the 63.75 mark, coming back into this consolidation area. So it looks like we might get a bounce and a potential retest. But let's see, not comfortable taking this right now to the upside. This is just these sellers taking some profits at that level, not coincidence. It's literally sitting also at the prior swing level. I feel like we might experience some chop around the value area. I like to see this type of push to the upside in cumulative delta. For some reason it's not printing some of these bars, but this is a very nice push and trend in delta and eventually break, so it's perfect to just wait for the pullback and then continue in that direction. With that being said, it almost got to the imbalance short from this last rotation to the downside. A little bit hard to tell, to see where price is gonna go. The push to the downside wasn't really large in terms of delta. It's more like buyers run out of, the market ran out of buyers. We are just pretty much just grinding our way up, leaving a bunch of pending auctions on the way, which is interesting because market might want to come back to clear those out. So taking long positions right now might be a little bit not very wise. The only reason I went against the trend was because of this huge consolidation zone, and it just came right into that top area, and we had also the value area high of yesterday. So those are kind of key levels for me. Either wins or loses this trade, it would have been a good position in my eyes. Right now the market is taking off those, clearing those pending auctions that were just sitting there. And they were just printed on the prior run up. But you can see how the push in delta here is not very big compared to the movement, right? If we start comparing deltas, it looks like that was not a very strong move to the upside compared to something like this. And from what I can see, I think it's just price is gonna just start chopping around this zone, which is not surprising. It took me a long time to wait until the setup. I had to sit more than usual today in front of the screen. But sometimes that's gonna happen. With that being said, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Only one position. Twenty ticks. Yeah, price is just stagnating a little bit. just rotating at around value area high of yesterday, printing way too many pending auctions around the area. That can be an indication of chop. There are auctions that need to be cleared. Also imbalances in both directions. Only a few points apart, so this is when scalping, this is kind of what you want to avoid, because 5 points is not a lot, but it might not be enough. You might get chopped out. So with that being said, I'm gonna call it a day. If you like content like this, feel free to subscribe. I'm posting content every day. We also have a Discord channel. You can check the link in the description. It's completely free and I would like to connect with you. Other than that, thank you for watching and I will see you on the next one.